Love Letter is a card game for 2 to 4 players. What you see in front of me is everything that comes in the game. All comes in this little handy tote bag that has no other reason for existing other than for you to carry it around. At the start of the game, you're going to hand out these reference cards, one for each player. Then you're going to shuffle up the deck of cards. You're going to draw one and set it down secretly away from everyone so no one knows what's there. That'll be the mystery card for the round. Then everyone draws one card. This is their starting hand. They look at it to see what it says. On the reference card, it'll actually list every single card in the game, what they're named, and what they do. On your turn, you'll draw a second card, you'll look at both of them, and you'll play whichever one you think is more likely to possibly knock someone out of the round. The game goes until either there is one person left standing, or if there are multiple people left standing and there's no cards left to play, everyone's going to reveal what they have. Whoever has the highest numbered card will be the winner of that round. The cards are pretty straightforward, and they say right on them, alright, pick someone, play this on them. If they have this particular card, they're out of the round. Pick someone and guess what they have. If you guessed right, they're out of the round. Things like that. It's a deceptively simple game. If you win a round, you'll take one of these little cubes that represent the princess's love. The whole theme of the game is that you're trying to send letters to a princess, and each person has a suitor vying for their affection. Depending on how many people play, there is a set number of cubes you need to eventually win over the princess completely. Whoever reaches set amount of cubes first is the winner.
Love Letter.
Love Letter.
Love Letter.
Lot of game for such a little bag.
Yeah, Love Letter. That's because there's not much game.
I guess, what do you mean by that exactly?
I mean, it's not a particularly well-conceived game. It is. We differ on this.
No, I know.
Love Letter is
which is why I want your opinion. Yeah.
It's what Love Letter is. I mean, I'll give them. They exploited a minor game mechanic in cards. Like they're like, hey, this one's kind of cool, and then they ran with it, but they didn't elaborate it. They just were like, all right, this is good enough, done. And that's it. It's a cutesy little card game. That's all. It's a cutesy little card game that comes in a cutesy little bag and has a cutesy little name.
It's funny that I think the exact same way, but I actually give it kudos for that. Like, I'm impressed they stuck this much game into such a small form factor.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of another game this strategic that is like this.
No.
I mean, yeah, there are some games that come with full decks of cards that obviously have a lot more strategy, but just, like, I'm impressed that you can have this much fun with such a little game.
Well, you know, the concept is similar to Citadel's, too, and that's another thing to think of. The concept is very similar to Citadel's, and I'm, since I didn't do my research going into this, I don't know what came first, Citadel's or Love Letter.
Citadel's did.
Citadel's did, okay, so Citadel's came first.
Love Letter's relatively new.
So it's just an expansion on that similar style mechanic, and even less, it knocks it down even further, it thins it out. So to me, it's just a cute game. But what's your rating?
I actually give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
Although I do appreciate the game and I enjoy it, I don't think it's amazing. I do know some people are just like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I don't. Like, I do appreciate it. Like I said, I enjoy the game and I'll play it. I do like it's done rather quickly, and that, you know, you can throw this in your pocket and go with it anywhere. Because aside from, you know, LCR, there are not many games that I just walk around in my pocket.
You can keep your coins in it!
You could, yeah.
You can bring them down to the market and purchase a goose!
Hang on, let me just, you know, get my bag of coins out.
I give it a 5 out of 10, because it's, for the reasons I stated earlier. I mean, I think that it's possible it could borrow a Citadel mechanic, and in terms of, it's not that elaborate. It's not that, it's just 15 cards? How many cards are in the deck?
It's like just 12 or more.
It's a small amount of cards.
It's a small amount of cards.
And even though it's a fun, cutesy game to play, that's all it means to me, is it's cutesy, and it's an appetizer. And I'm like, okay, now I'll clear it out of the way so we can play a real game. So I settle on a 5. Which,
a 5 out of 10?
Yeah, which evens it out to a 6 out of 10, which isn't terrible.
5 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10.
Yeah,
not bad.
Yeah. So that is Love Letter.
Good job, Love Letter.
And we're Boardgasm.
We are Boardgasm.
Boardgasm. Boardgasm. Boardgasm.